Today in our 2010 Toyota Camry, we'll be looking at our best hitch options. All right, we have two hitches here today. On the top, we have a Draw-Tite Class 2, part number 36416. And on the bottom, we have a Curt Class 2, part number C12343. Now, as you may notice, our hitches are very different here today. They attach in completely different manners. The only real similarity that both these hitches have is they're both Class 2s. Now our Drawtite hitch here, in my personal opinion, I believe this is the easiest hitch to install. However, it does require some drilling. If you look back here on these large arms that extend past the frame of the hitch, there are two 1/2-inch diameter holes here where you would have to drill holes in the spare tire well of your trunk and install bolts through in order to help support the hitch. However, because those two bolts are there, it does add a lot of extra strength to it and does make an easier install than the Curt, in my personal opinion. If we look over here on the side, you can see that there are two holes here. If you look on the other side, there's a mirror image of those. There's two more existing holes. Both of these holes on this hitch go into existing weld nuts that are in the rear bumper support of the vehicle. Now our Curt hitch attaches in a very different manner. We have 3 bolts on both sides here at the top, and then another one here on the front right here. This bolt hole here actually goes into one of the weld nuts that the Draw-Tite hitch would have on the bumper support. These right here on the passenger side is where your exhaust hanger bracket goes. It will relocate the exhaust hanger bracket slightly lower underneath the hitch right here. It's not going to affect the look of your exhaust at all. It's not going to hang any lower than what it normally does, so you don't have to worry about your exhaust dragging on the ground. Every hole on the Curt hitch goes into factory weld nuts. There is no drilling or spacer plates or carriage bolts or fish wiring required. You just install bolts into them. However, this outer hole here, it goes onto a weld nut that's on a tab. Now, these inserts are on a plate inside the frame, and it can move around on you when you remove the bolts, and this tab can bend very easily. As you can see, I'm just shaking it back and forth just with my fingertips right here. So if you're not careful when installing the hitch, you can bend this up and have to bend it back down, and hopefully you can get your bolt to line back up with it. Now, it's got our standard 1¼ inch opening here. And on the side, we have our standard 1/2-inch diameter hitch pin hole. Now our Curt hitch also has a standard 1/2-inch diameter hitch pin hole right here to secure our hitch mounted accessories. We have a round safety chain loop to support our safety chains on our trailer. If we come down and look at the Curt, you can see that we don't have round loops on this one. We have this flat steel plate welded to the bottom of the frame of the receiver and the hitch itself. Now on the Curt, you really can only access the safety chain loops from directly in the front. Whereas on the Draw-Tite, you can clip on the back, the side, the front, it doesn't matter. You'll be able to go all the way around it. That's a nice feature right there. The Draw-Tite hitch has a 3,500-pound max gross trailer weight rating and a 300-pound max tongue weight rating. Now our Curt hitch here has a 3,500-pound max gross trailer weight rating and a 350-pound max tongue weight rating. So it is 50 pounds higher as far as the tongue weight goes. However, if you're using the Curt hitch for a non-trailer application such as a bike rack or a cargo carrier, Curt does require the use of a stabilization strap to help support the load. We have those stabilization straps available separately on our website. Now, the appearance of the hitch on the vehicle is going to be drastically different between these two hitches. The Draw-Tite hitch will be very tucked up underneath our rear bumper cover. If we have a look at the back of our Camry that we have here today, we have a Draw-Tite hitch installed, and you can see what it looks like. As you can see, we only really have the Class 2 opening right here and a very slight amount of the frame hanging on down here on either end. The Curt hitch, however, will hang much lower, and you'll have the entire frame exposed underneath the vehicle, with the receiver being slightly lower as well. Now, our hitches are slightly similar in the regards that they both have a black powder coat finish on the entire hitch itself. The Curt's a little bit more of a high gloss finish to it. And also, they both have a rectangular steel construction on them. Another similarity we have between our two hitches is they both have a reinforcement collar welded around the 1¼ Class 2 opening. Now, in conclusion, if I was to be purchasing one of these hitches for my Toyota Camry, I would be going towards the Draw-Tite myself, just because the fact that it does install a lot easier in my opinion, because the weld nuts that it goes to on the bumper support right here, they are much more substantial than the weld nuts that go into the Curt hitch right here. Makes it a lot easier installation. Yes, you do have to drill a couple holes on the Draw-Tite hitch, but that doesn't bother me because it does make an easier installation. Also, I like the fact that you don't have to use a stabilization strap if you're using it for a non-trailer load, which on a Camry, that's probably what you're gonna be using a hitch for most of the time. You're probably using it for a bike rack or a cargo carrier. And that completes our look at the best hitch options for the Toyota Camry.
Click the link below to shop, learn more, or visit us at etrailer.com.